In this video, I'll be covering how to draw orthographic sections. What I mean by that is if you would imagine a horizontal or vertical plane going down through your object, you'll see that the section profile line starts to appear. You can also see this in the vertical plane, just like this. And if you're fancy, you can also cut this section in the oblique, which is a little bit more advanced, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So let's go ahead and get started and figure out how we want to set this drawing up. Okay, what we probably want to do is go to our original 3 orthographic views, the top and the 2 side views drawn from projection lines coming from the top view. So I'm just going to copy this over here and paste it somewhere down below, just so I have a fresh thing I'm working with. Now there's a few things we need to do to set this up. First thing I want to do is add an extra line weight, which is going to be my heavy section line weight. So I'm just going to go ahead and go new layer. Okay, I'm going to change this from, let's see, default to about 1.4 for now. That might be too thick, but we'll adjust that later. Keep everything as black for now. Okay, actually, I'm going to go ahead and change the previous line weight of heavy. I'm going to change that to dark gray, just so I know the difference. And then make sure your print line is actually black. Let's see, changed it over here. All right. Okay, from here, what we want to do is create an idea of where the section is coming from. So again, this is the top view, and we want to create a section of the plan, which is a horizontal plane running through the object, which would be similar to a drawing like this. And what we probably want to do is cut through all the objects. So cutting through my small little object here. Really what we're saying is we want to understand the cut from whatever this dimension ends up being. So if I dimension this in 3D, that's about 0.75 inches from the ground or from the bottom of the object. What we want to understand is, where is that cut coming from? Let's just say we're going to cut a line, right? This line is at the ground of the object, or kind of the very base of it. And so I said I want it to be 0.75 inches above. So I'm going to say 0.75. I'm moving it 0.75 inches. And it's going to be right about here. And you can see this cut plane right here, which is represented by a line, would be similar to cutting the object and getting a result like this, right? We're cutting through all the objects. You see that heavy section line. What I also want to do is just draw that line over here. Now the ground is not here in this instance because it's flipped. The ground is over here. So I want to go ahead and I want to copy this, or I'm just gonna, in this case, offset instead of move, just to show you a different technique. I'm gonna go ahead and offset that by 0.75 inches. That's 0.75 inches, that's where the cut is. Now what you usually do in orthographic drawings is have a symbol of some sort to represent the section line. So usually there is a hatched box, just like that. And I will go ahead and just create an object just like this. And you could do a few things with it. You can kind of create a group with it. You can create a block out of it. Simply for now, I'm just gonna make it a group. I'm just gonna grab these and I'm gonna group it, okay? What I'm also gonna do is create a new layer, call it cut line symbol. How about that? And that's usually the way it's drawn. And that's just a group right there. And what I'll do is I'll just copy this and I will move it up here. Need to rotate it obviously at this point. So now we got our cut line symbols set up. I just want to point out that this cut line means 2 different things depending on the direction of these hatched blocks. If they're pointing downwards, that means the cut is going down like this. If they are pointing up like that, that means our cut is actually looking up as well and not down like we had previously. Now the next thing to do is create some projection lines so we understand where the cut line is happening. Now for the purpose of explaining what the next step is, I'm going to copy the plan as it is right here. So what I'm going to do is start the projection line from this cut point, right? So everything that intersects this section line is going to help us draw this profile line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and expand this top view. I'm going to go from this intersection upwards, okay? And then I'm going to go from this point upwards, so on and so forth. Okay, so now we get these projection lines, and these projection lines are telling us a few things. These are going to help us construct where the section profile is located. So if I was to go ahead and draw a line like this around this zone and then just hatch it, that explains that first cut zone. Now we're gonna need to clean this up slightly, but I just want to explain where this cut is coming from. This cut is saying from this point here where that intersection on that slope is happening to this outer edge wall of this object is all being cut from here to here. And we understand by looking at the plan that there's a thickness obviously that still remains, and that thickness is being cut through. And when you cut, you want to represent it in a hatch. So that means we need a new layer called section hatch, okay? And we're gonna make this a gray. We'll change the print color to a dark gray, and then we'll grab this object's hatch and we'll change it to that layer. Okay, there's that. Maybe we need to change it to dark gray so it's clear. Now the next thing we need to do is understand where else is the hatch happening. Hatch is happening on this edge, it's happening on this edge, and it's also happening on this edge right here. So we can go ahead and imagine we have another zone just like this where we're cutting through. And we're going to change that layer again. So that represents 2 of the cut zones. I didn't show it here, but we also have another projection line happening right here. Okay, so that means we have a zone to be hatched right about here. Okay, so we're doing it one by one. I'm just trying to show you the logic of how I'm understanding it, using the profile of the actual plan or top view to understand how this horizontal cut plane is being constructed. Now we're still missing a few things. For example, we're missing this box over here. You see that it is being intersected. Now I know I missed a few lines. I missed this one right here, and that goes right there. So that looks much better. My top view is being drawn right above this other top view and not to the side, just because my slope, my angled oblique is happening here, and I need to extract that intersection point. The only place I can extract it is basically where this horizontal cut plane is happening alongside the oblique, and I'm pushing this projection line upwards. Now, if your oblique actually is happening right here, for example, you're going to want to draw your projection line for that slope along this way, which would probably put your plan somewhere in this zone on the page. And then you pull your projection lines from this side view rather than this bottom side view. So that just kind of explains, you know, your situation. If it's slightly different than mine, if you have an oblique, you're going to draw from different places. Now, if you don't have an oblique, I don't think it really matters too much which view you're extracting it from. Okay, so from here, we're going to need to clean up some of these construction lines because they're all over the place. Now, in my case, going above the plan was kind of messy, so I'm just going to draw it below right here, show my construction lines. Now, once we've set this up and determined where the hatch lines occur from the cut plane, we're not done yet because we need to determine where the hidden lines are. So for example, you notice that there's some things above our cut plane. Everything above the cut plane will be represented as a hidden line. We understand that this object right here is actually above the cut plane, so that needs to be seen as a hidden line. So we'll do that. I turned off my construction lines here, but let me turn them back on. And then we're going to understand this line right here as extra line weight as well, because it's the lowest level. Actually, we can just change it to light. We don't need to go extra light. So these right here are not being cut. So we're going to make these light line weight as well. And this one is extra light because it is the lowest. And I'll actually change these into extra light because I made a mistake. Might as well just call this extra light. Now, you're going to need a section line around these hatches. You might have them when you created the hatches. You might not. I deleted mine, so I'm just going to need to recreate them. So just do this command called dupe border. And you can see we got these highlighted borders. Now, these highlighted borders, I'm going to move them to section. We can call it section, I believe. That's the one set to 1.4. So we'll just keep that right there. And that you'll see is that. Okay, so you do have some other curves. Do you want to delete those so you don't have overlapping curves? And I don't believe there's anything else that we're missing here. This seems to be looking fine. So now we've set up our first section cut, which is the plan cut, which is looking top down. And the next thing we want to do is imagine we're cutting vertically on our object similar to this cut right here that I'm showing you. So it should look something like that. Now this is vertical rather than the horizontal. So this is our vertical section cut. And what we need is we need a line basically from whatever this distance is to the cut that we want. So in this case, around 2.96. So we want something around 3 inches. And that's basically where we want our line. Okay, so as soon as we get this mark, I have a vertical line set up, which I just copied in. Now that looks a little bit cleaner. Now, as soon as you set this up, you want to do the same thing for the plan. So it should look something like this. And you want to get this view, which is the side view. It's the same as this, it's just rotated. Now, what you want to do here is you want to copy this over to the left side, just like this. And I'm placing here because I just want to make it as clean as possible. It'll be a center axis here, and then the side view and the section views here. Now, my section symbol is relatively clean. It has this gap, so you don't see an intersection in the actual drawing, but it's not helpful when it comes to projecting the line. So what I'm going to do is add a vertical line running between the gap, like this, and I'm going to simply just project out. As soon as I do this, now we can start determining where the section cuts happen. For example, similar to the plan cut, we have this intersection happening here, meaning everything to the left side of this is cut. Everything to the right of it should be hidden, right? Again, you got to remember you're looking at the side view, which is, you're looking at this thickness right here. And because we're cutting through it, it should look hatched just like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this curve and this curve layer and move to the section layer just like that. And then I will delete this overlapping line right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw another rectangle, which is going to represent our hidden line, right? But this line is going to go away for now, and then this is going to represent that hidden line, just like that. Now, this right here is representing this point that we can't see, which is on the left side. Now, what we do know is that there was that line that I deleted a second ago, which is right here, and that's also representing a hidden line as well. So we'll go ahead and change that layer. And what that's representing, if I kind of move this plane back, you'll see it represents this wall right here. And we'll move this to, actually we'll move them all to the construction line layer, just like that. We do have some overlapping lines. We want to get rid of these, and then we'll just hatch this by typing hatch. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the plan, just kind of go through this quickly. I do want to note that I did make a mistake. My original elevation, which you see that there's no thickness here, there's no hidden lines in this area, which represent the thickness of the wall. It's not representing my side view, so you might have made a mistake in your earlier drawings like me. If you did that, that's okay. You just have to be aware of it and acknowledge it. And the reason I'm bringing it up, because I know this section right here, this dashed line, is going to help me determine where my hatch goes, because you see there's a projection line, meaning it intersects with my cut plane. So that means that right here in this point, go real quickly, this needs to be a section cut line, and it needs to be hatched just like this. And then those dashed lines, those hidden lines that we had before, we can get rid of them. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead real quick and just fill in the rest. Now this seems about right. I might have missed something, but looks about right. It looks kind of like this. So in my opinion, I think we're correct. Again, I'm referencing a 3D view here. You'll just be referencing your physical object you're looking at. Remember, this thing in the back is still represented as hidden lines. The front of this box is also represented in hidden lines. You can't see it, but it is under this hatch. If I delete it, you'll see it's right there. We will have a line right here. Let's go ahead and change that to hidden. And you also have a hidden line at this bottom edge. So I'm going to need to draw that in as a hidden as well. Draw this, move it to hidden. That pretty much covers these main drawings. We want to create a new page to lay this out. So we'll go to new page layout, call this page 4, double click in. We're going to zoom into our zone just like this, double click out, and then you want to turn on your print display. And now this is reading relatively correct. Now I will say that these section lines read really, really heavy, and I think they need some adjustments. Now I changed the hatch to gray, and it's not really going to show up very well here, but if you go to File Print, you'll notice that it shows up right there, and it looks better than the dark gray in my opinion. This is our print preview. I think this actually reads pretty well. Your dashed lines might not read that well, so you might need to adjust them. And that right there covers the basics of cutting a section horizontally and vertically. In the next video, we'll cover how to cut a section through the oblique, which is a section on an angle from one of these orthographic views.